So here we go. Game number 3 is going to be on Catalana. Yep, switched correctly already. You could tell me what buttons to push there. That would be. This is a best of 3, so how do we get the best of 3 thing to show up, bro? Alright. Okay, so here we are. 12 o'clock position. It's Invictus Gaming's gym. Playing as standard as can be, and about the 9-ish position here. It's WEC Don't get confused, guys. This is actually Hasbroing Ian's account. Hitting the production tab because I'm not Greetorp. Talking about this map, I feel like maybe the main reason why Has did not opt to go for any cheese list, at least thus far, no proxy gates, no gas steals, nothing like that, is because, of course, it's a gamble. This is not a forced cross position spawn map, and of course, it's also a 3-player map. So, I mean, if he scouts the wrong position, he's already behind just a little bit with his plans. So, nothing too terribly, I guess you'd say, set in stone. But he's going to go ahead and send out a probe right now to scout his opponent. Jim, in the meantime, is just going to go for this, you know, I guess you could say standard build, while simultaneously moving out to scout. A must-do kind of thing on a 3-player map, just to know where your opponent is by rule of thumb. It looks like Jim did not see the direction that Ian's probe, or excuse me, Has's probe came from, so that's actually the whole reason why Has is able to get in here. He's paying a little bit of attention, a little bit more attention, and he can see, you know, just what's coming down from Invictus Gaming's 18-year-old Protoss. You can also see the cybernetics core timing. Looks like for the time being, he's just gonna pull out. Jim goes into, I guess you could say, the 5 o'clock position here and realizes that Has did not spawn there, so he's just gonna, again, pull out for the time being. Has is just basically going in and out and trying to figure out what his opponent is trying to do. Where's the tech up, that kind of thing. Is there a third pylon in the main? It's the most critical piece of information that he wants to know, because if there's no third pylon in the main, basically that means your opponent's going for some kind of proxy. Jim is going to get, meanwhile, the same, more or less, kind of information out of Has, that there's only 2 pylons in the main. No time for a third to go down just yet, but there is a Stargate, and I believe Jim saw that? He did. There's a lot of utility with this. I mean, I think it's a little bit less likely that we'll see Jim going for an Oracle, or excuse me, or either side going for an Oracle. It can lead to a build or loss when you're going for a Stargate, and if you make an Oracle first, you can be basically already behind, because what happens in that scenario is if your opponent manages to snipe that Oracle early on, or especially in this particular scenario, if your opponent makes a Phoenix first, you're dead on screwed. But it looks like that's what we have coming from Has for the time being, and the question is, will that be what's coming from Jim? Has behind this is actually going for a Twilight Council. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Dark Shrine come out with that. And it's going to be a Phoenix from Jim as well. Dark Shrine it is. Hands down, I like the idea for Phoenix coming from Jim, because that's basically the safe, or excuse me, Has rather, because it's the safest thing he can do. But I'm not sure if Has just canceled the Dark Shrine after Jim scouted it. The question is, what's he going to do now? And I guess you could say, okay, I like that. I like that. Has actually cancels the Dark Shrine because, of course, Jim scouts it. And in return, Jim's throwing down a Robo. Anything that comes out of a Stargate will Raffle Stomp anything that comes out of a Robo. The real question is, you know, will he have enough Phoenixes to Raffle Stomp what's coming out of the Robo? And it looks like the answer to that is yes. The micro is looking pretty nice here, but 1 versus 1, he's gotta just religiously micro those Phoenixes and live. But for the time being, I mean, the Phoenix count is in favor of Has, but at the same time, his Phoenixes are, I guess you could say, kind of lower health than the 2 Phoenixes. kind of flip a coin on who's going to win the sky battle right now. Fourth Phoenix coming out and a fifth on the way. And it's just going to be a straight up, I wouldn't say gateway all in. That would definitely not be out of the question. This one Phoenix, is he going to lose it? Ugh, looks like he's not. Okay. Okay, there we go. I guess I got the morning coughs out of my got the morning coughs out of my system for the time being. And Jim loses 2 probes. One of them was, I think, going to throw it on the natural, and of course the other one was the one that scouted. 4 Phoenix is going to go into the main, and with this information, he's going to see that his opponents can. He's got both a Robo and a Stargate. Not only that, like, look at the Phoenix count. It's so in favor of Has. He's playing this out correctly, making all the right choices. And if you look at the supply difference right now, I want to say that the majority of supply for Jim would probably be in workers right now, but it looks like I'm just a little bit wrong in that guess. It's actually 21 army supply to the 19 of Has, last I checked. Nice pick off on the probe line. And oh no, this one guy's gonna get misrouted just a bit. Oh man, that's kind of donation coming from our YoeFWHas Protoss. Forward pylon already going down, and I think Has is gonna try and deny his opponent's expo while simultaneously taking his own. But just pure Zealot Phoenix, it's gonna be a little bit difficult to make that work. It's gonna be a tough cookie to crack, to be honest. Oh, here we go. They're going in. The Phoenixes take down the Mothership Coin. The Phoenixes will take down the Phoenixes as well. The Stalker's too busy dealing with the Zealots on the ground. Has looks like he almost accomplished it. He's got 4 Phoenixes to his opponent's 2 now. But at the same time, I mean, with no ground army to fight, I feel like that might not have been the best idea for Has. His opponent is now ahead of him in economy. He can't really safely attack the natural. I think Jim might have come out on top there. More than likely, he did just come out on top. Worker count is only a little bit in favor of Has. I wouldn't give that too terribly much thought at the time being. But I think, you know, he's got the potential for sure to make something else happen. Oh, nice pick off on the Zealots here. That's a little bit less tank on the ground, if you will. Oh, I like this as well. He's getting the workers. He's like, I want the beef of this gone. Alright. Getting ahead inch by inch is what Has is doing right now. Using those Phoenixes to his advantage. Alright. The Zealots are just going to come in here and try to, effectively speaking, corner those Stalkers. Oh, he can't afford to fight like this! He's got to take down the Phoenixes. There we go. It looks like that's what Has is going to do. The Zealot's going to tango with the Stalkers on the ground. And it looks like the Phoenix battle is won. But the one that ground breaks the Stalker, oh my god. This is really neck and neck. There's no other way to say it. But in the background, if I'm not mistaken, I also see Has losing probes. It's just that I couldn't tell what exactly just happened there. Nice pick up there. Has flipped this game on Jim's head. He's got an advantage right now, but it's obviously not in the Stalker count. It's all in the Phoenixes. A little bit more map control in the way for our YoeFWHas Protoss. Meanwhile, it looks like Jim is moving across the map. He realizes the weak spot of his opponent's army, and he's going to try and capitalize on his own Stalker count being a little bit higher to try and put himself ahead. Meanwhile, Has is going to, again, try to continue to flip this game on his opponent's head, picking out Phoenixes where he can, and maybe a few workers here and there. There we go. Front door, I wouldn't say too terribly soft, but it's going to be a tough hold coming from our YoeFWHas Protoss. I'm a little bit astounded right now is the word, because if I'm not mistaken, he got no upgrades. No upgrades from the Twilight Council whatsoever, so it's only there decorating his base. The Nexus Cannon is there. Chrono Boost is a little bit more to be expended. It's going straight into the Warp Gates for the time being, and also the Stargate. Void Ray coming out, that will absolutely help. That will come in handy with the prismatic alignment to just dice up those Stalkers, but I imagine Immortals would be a slightly better choice for this kind of situation. He can't afford to throw down a Robo right now, though. Let's see. I think Jim's got a choice to make. and he's going to have to make it really soon because if the Void Ray count gets too high, that's where he's going to be in a lot of trouble. A single Void Ray will make the difference here, but it looks like for the time being, Jim's just going to pull back. 3 Zealots are going to go into that natural and try and wreak havoc. There's only 1 Phoenix available to actually provide a ground break, and look at the mineral line. It's being evacuated for the time being. Phoenixes are going to go into the main and get some harass done. This is brilliant, brilliant, brilliant play from our 17-year-old YoeFWHas from Taipei. Pulling back immediately. One way or another, he kills workers. A win-win situation. I think this is the reason why Jim chose to pull back. 12 workers killed in total. So now we can see Has is definitively ahead. Definitively. Puck asked Has, are you going to win this morning? And Has said, I already win. It looks like he's certainly setting himself up for that. But one big mistake here could definitely cause our YoeFWHas Protoss to lose. Jim did not come this far just to lose in the round of 8 and walk away with $1,600 US. That's just, no, that's not enough for him. Here we go. This is a really frightening army to be facing if you are Jim right now. Look at the army supply. 60 to 41. The natural is going to be the target of Has's affection or lack thereof. It looks as though there's no Nexus cannon going down. It's not being targeted for the time being. Prismatic alignment tripped. There's no way reinforcements are going to get down that ramp. And Has is starting Blink behind all of this. The Phoenixes are going to be singled out here from Jim, but they might be in some way or form a saving grace. There's no vision on the high ground, so right now... Oh no, he lost the Void Ray. He lost the Void Ray. Okay. It's hard to say who's winning here, but right now, look at the numbers. 36 supply to 86. I think Has is just going to march over this game, and there we are. He's just going straight up the ramp. He doesn't care. There's the GG from Jim. He goes out in the round of 8, unfortunately. But in this tournament, everyone's a winner. He gets